Everyone, Tracy here. Today I'm going to share with you something totally out of my comfort zone, and what it is an art journal. And the reason I say that it's out of my comfort zone is I have seen art journals and these women go crazy. They are so freeing, and I guess I am uptight because I have to have everything linear and I have to have everything symmetrical, so this was a challenge for me. And the reason I did this was a couple of my blog friends were going to do it, and I thought, oh, what the heck, I'll try it too. And what it was from the Greeting Farms, and they called it a heart journal, so that was kind of neat. And what we were supposed to do first was to decorate our book, and I bought this book probably at least 5 years ago, maybe even longer. And I got it from the dollar store, and this is how it came. So I just decorated the front. And these are actual metal letters. I thought those were neat. And then my little lady at the front here, I got this from Cheryline, and we know her on YouTube as Cheryl the Lean. She sent me this image that she had colored up, and I just cut it out with my Nestabilities die or Spellbinders and inked around the edges. So that's my cover. And what else I did was on the first page here is I made a pocket. And then I put all the little, every week they would give you a prompt, and you were to do your page. I did 2-page spreads about what their little title was. So I'll share with you. Here's the first one. And the first one was Spread Your Wings. And create a free spirit 2-page spread with the concept of wings. And if this looks familiar to you, I made this for one of P's, for the album I made for P, and I liked it so much that I made one for this. And all my pages were totally white, and then I used distressing ink to make the background color. A lot of distress ink went into this, and I just masked off some clouds. Martha Stewart Punch and a little Greeting Farms angel. I think she's so precious. And what I was going to do was I was going to put an envelope on each page, hide it in there, and write the journaling prompts on here. But that lasted into 2 pages, so that didn't last long. And the second one was Sandy Sunshine, and you're supposed to create using the concept of the sand, beach, sun, etc. So this bottom part here is actual sandpaper, and if you're familiar with my channel, you know that I do woodworking also. So I had lots of sandpaper, so that's what I made the beach out of, and I cut out this little sandcastle. I distressed the other side of the beach and did lots of stamping, and again, like I said, the pages were white. So I watercolored the water and then distressed up here. And actually this is supposed to be our camp. When you look, here's the dock, and when you look out, this is what our camp looks like, and the other side of the beach. So I did pretty good there, because I cannot draw to save my life. So, and you'll see that actually in the pages to come. And this one here was gratitude. You're supposed to show the concept of gratitude or appreciation. So I wrote what I was grateful for, and this is these are all embossed, and I inked the pages, did a lot of stamping, and then I did some journaling. You'll see lots of journaling on here because I just love to write. So if you want to stop and read the journaling, you can go right ahead, but I'm not going to read it to you because it'll take forever, and really, I don't think anybody really wants to hear that anyway. And then the 4th week is The Girl in Me, and like I said, I can't draw. I'm not lying. My eyes are crooked, my one boob's bigger than the other, and it's just not right, but that's the best I did, and I colored her with my Copics, but that's supposed to be me. And then here is the journaling I did on this one. Like I said, if you want to read it, you can slow down or stop the camera or whatever and read it if you want. And then, so what's the 5th week was Pieces or Layers of Me, and you're supposed to layer pieces of paper together. And actually this one I did when we were away on our trip to Montana, and I had my recipe cards with me because, as you know, I love to use recipe cards for everything. So I just turned them backwards, and I bought a kit and it had these sticker letters in there, so that's where I got the sticker letters from. And I actually got to hand it in on time, even with being away on a trip. So that was neat. And the next one is texting, or it says text me, and you're supposed to create a page with lots of lettering or text. So as you can see, the background paper is text, all letters, and then I punched out the hearts and embossed with my embossing pen and embossing powder, heat embossed that. And yes, I drew her too. I was practicing. I'm trying. And then this one was every cloud has a silver lining, and it had to have a cloudy concept. So I just put blue paper on here. I cut these out, colored these with my Copics and cut them out, did some stamping. And then this little poem here, I got that from the internet. And then I used sticky back canvas, and I put some cotton balls in there to give that some dimension. And then the next one was the power of one, and you were supposed to create a page with the word of your choice as a centerpiece. And as you can see, I used the word passions. And then I colored this little girl up, and here's all my passions on this page. And then there's the heart journaling emblem they used, or title, and here is my journaling. And the next page, okay, this one, okay, what they wanted you, I remember this one quite clearly, was cut and paste, and they wanted you to cut like a head off of a magazine. And you know what, that freaks me out when you cut things off like that, like cut heads off or hands, or put a dunce cap on a head, like stuff like that. It kind of freaks me out. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to freak them out. So knowing me, I love my zombies. So I printed up some pictures of zombies, and then I colored the rest of his clothing. And then here is a little bit of writing I did. Okay, the next page was torn between, and you were supposed to use the tearing method. So what I did was all the bottom here, these papers are all torn, and these papers for the layering for the sky is torn. Everything's torn except for the leaves, the pumpkin, and then these girls here. I colored those and cut them out with my Copics. Then the next page was bloom and grow. And you're supposed to create a spread or a page using the concept of growth. So what I did was just wrote a little bit about my daughters growing up. And I'm pretty impressed with this drawing, but it's really not a drawing. What I did was I took my daughter's school picture and I traced it. Yeah, I cheated. Sorry. This is actually, I traced my youngest daughter's school picture, but once I colored the hair and everything, I put more of an orange tinge to it, or red, sorry. And it looks like my oldest daughter, more so. But I'm happy with how that turned out, and I like how her hair turned out. And again, I did those with my Copics. And then this page was supposed to be a watercolory water wonderland. So you're supposed to, of course, use watercolors. So what I did was the back I colored with my watercolors. And then all these little fairies, they were cute. And I found this on the internet. And all these little fairies and the toadstools or mushrooms, I used my Stampin' Up! Markers. And then what I did was I outlined them. And then with the water pen or the aqua pen, I kind of like spread the watercolor to color the rest of it up. And I think that's fun. I really had fun with that page. And then this page here was week 13, and it was a lucky number. And you're supposed to do a page on your lucky number or a number that's significant to you. And I really don't have a lucky number, so I just talked about the numbers in my life. And I do bookworks, so I do a lot of using the adding machine, so lots of numbers there. And then time, my treadmill cover, and the scale, which I've never had to worry about the scale until I turned 40. Thank you very much for that. And I use this little Alice in Wonderland, and she's holding a teacup, but I think I stamped that. I'm not sure, and then I just put that in front. And then the week 14 was two-toned, and week 14 was close to Halloween, so that's why I did a Halloween theme. And obviously the colors I used were black and purple, and I'm pretty sure I used my Copics for that. I did draw the cauldron though. And then there's another little stamp. Isn't she cute? But I had fun with this one because you can only use those two colors. And week 15 was sticking it to, and you're supposed to create your spread with stickers, washi tape, thickers, anything like that, and put them on your page. Well, what this is around the whole border is that what I did was I ran it through my Cuttlebug with an embossing folder, and then colored it with alcohol inks. And then the black I used StazOn, and then I colored the hearts in that with my Sharpies. So I was pretty happy with how that turned out. And then the little Alice there with her two teacups, she's supposed to be falling down the rabbit's hole. I don't know if I actually looks like that, but I was happy with how it turned out, considering I had a whole nother theme going on and it wasn't working, so I was happy with how that turned out. And then the next one is heart to heart on your page. So what I did was I had written up a little love story about my husband and I on our anniversary, and I put it on my blog. So I just printed it off my blog, and then around here I did the vines, and I put hearts on the vines. I drew those, and there's a little bit of that. And some journaling. I don't even know if you can read it, if you even want to read it. And here's my husband and I. And look at, I'm like 17 or something there. Like, look at how young I look. Holy. And then here is the second page with the journaling. And a picture of us now today. And my daughter took that picture of us. And then this one was soul food. And you're supposed to do a page about your favorite food or your favorite drink. And I don't really have a favorite food, so of course I had to do my favorite drink. And can you imagine what it is? I know it's not the most healthy, but I don't drink alcohol and I don't drink. But I am trying to cut down on it. And these are just some stickers that my daughter had wanted because she wanted to do a page, and this was like 10 years ago and she never did it. So I took them from her, and I see my Coke can is a little bit squashed, but can't help that. And then I used the tabs and just put them in the vines. And then the next page is mother and or father. Excuse me. And you're supposed to make a page based on your parents, life as a parent, or a tribute to all parents. So I have a family tree. This is about my mother. A little bit of write-up about my mother, and then I wrote some words around here. And then this side is about me being a mother. So this was kind of therapeutic. And I just love this last part I wrote. Your parents don't mold you, you do, which is so true. People keep making excuses for problems in their life because how their parents raised them. And it's once you hit a certain age in life, you make your own decisions. So stop blaming them. But that's just my 2 cents. And then this week was chaos, and it was to create a page. It says neatness not allowed. So here's my controlled chaos. I did have fun finding things and just picking things up that I didn't think I'd use, or little bits and pieces of stuff. And then I controlled it by putting a tape measure around. And this tape measure is actually from a store where you can buy freezers and measure them. They have these little tape things that you can take home with you. And what I did was I alcohol inked it because it's shiny so it wouldn't stick. So I alcohol inked it and then cut it to size. So I was pretty happy with how that turned out. And then just some stuff I played with, some embossing and that. And then this one is I Have a Dream, and it's create a page based on a dream or goals or a wish. And this is what I always wish for every birthday. A happy, healthy family. And my girls are like, oh, we know what you wished for, because it never changes any year. And this was really fun to do because I just misted this background paper with, I think, Glimmerist, I think it was. And then I did some stamping, and yeah, I had fun doing that page. That was week 20. Week 21 was I Heart. Something based on something you love or someone you love. And I wanted to do some doodling, so that's where this page came about. So here are my loves. And then, so my husband and my daughters are on the other side, and then creating, writing, reading, all the things I love. And I had a blast doing this one. And I did this page first. As you can tell, it has way more flowers and leaves and vines, and then this one has a little bit less because I was kind of getting tired and I was running out of time to hand it in, so I had to hurry up and finish that one. And then this next one is Music to My Heart, and you have to base it on your favorite song or your favorite artist. And I don't have a favorite artist, and I don't have a favorite song. I love all types of music, so there's my journaling for that. And then, as you can see, I have a pretty wide range of music I listen to. And my one of choice right now is Eminem and Nickelback. Those are the two I listen to a lot when I'm on my treadmill. And then the last page was a letter to myself. You had to create a page dedicated to you. So what I did was I wrote notes to myself. So if I can go back in time, I wrote a note to my 16-year-old self, and then I wrote a note to my 20-year-old self, and to my 30-year-old self, and my 40-year-old self. I'm not at 50, got quite a few years before then, and maybe I'll add that to the last page. And again, like I said, everything was white, so I inked everything up and did my recipe cards. And that was it. That was my heart journal, and it's full, and I'm glad that I stuck to it. I'm glad that I finished it. I really like how it turned out. And for finishing it off, actually, the Greeting Farm sent everybody who finished it, because you had to hand it in on time, they sent us a little thank you package, and it has a whole bunch of little like cutouts and, whoops, and a little bit of lace, some stamps, some postcards, a little bit of everything in there. And I don't know where people get, like, that's a real photo. I have no idea where people just, I don't know, maybe estate sales? I have no idea. And then they sent me this picture, which kind of freaked me out, because that little boy in that picture, he looks like my dad when my dad was that age. And my dad also had a little dog like that. I think he said he called him Spot or something like that. So I'm like, oh, that looks like my dad. And of course my daughter's like, Mom, that's not Grandpa. I'm like, I know it's not Grandpa, but it sure as heck looks like him. So I thought that was kind of neat. So I just thought I would share this with you. It was, like I said, it took 23 weeks, or actually 24 weeks, because you had to work on this 1 week, the cover. So 24 weeks, and it was something that was out of my comfort zone, but I did it, and I'm proud that I did, and I'm happy that I did. And it was kind of therapeutic, actually. So I just wanted to share that with you. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye now.